Welcome back to Keep It Quick. Today we'll be covering the CPU and the fetch and execute cycle. It's slightly harder than most things in the course, but you'll get it if you try hard enough. Feel free to rewatch the video. The CPU, otherwise known as the Central Processing Unit, is a part of the computer which fetches and executes instructions from the main memory such as RAM. Some things which can affect the speed of the CPU include clock speed, which is the number of cycles per second, and it's measured in hertz. The more hertz, the faster it processes instructions. 2 hertz is 2 billion cycles per second. Another thing is the number of cores. The more cores a CPU has, the more instructions it can process at once. For example, 5 cores can process 5 instructions at once. The last thing to mention is the cache, which stores frequently used instructions in a RAM, so it doesn't have to retrieve it later. Now, moving from speed, the CPU has 2 main parts. The CU, or otherwise known as the control unit, provides control signals to send data to where it needs to be, and sends signals to the LAU and controls timing signals, including the clock speed. The LAU, or the arithmetic logic unit, performs maths and logic calculations. This is the fetch cycle diagram. It works by the program counter, or PC, pointing to the next instruction in the RAM. It then copies its memory address in the RAM to the memory address register. It then counts up by 1 to point to the next instruction. Next is the memory address register, which receives a memory address from the program counter and sends the memory address along the address bus to the correct location in the memory. Then the memory data register sends the instructions along the data bus and stores it in itself. Lastly, the accumulator stores the results of the executed instructions and also holds the number of operations currently happening. Thank you for watching. As always, go to www.learncomputing.org for more information.